Hey everybody, welcome back to Kill by Daylight. Before we get into this juicy, girthy March dev update, holy crap, spoilers, it's amazing. Before we get into it, expect an update video about what's going on with the channel and where we go from here, what's going to happen for the future. So stay tuned for that. But let's get into this March chapter update, this mid-chapter update. Oh, I just read this really quick and I was like, I gotta record a video. I have to. A simple tweet of going, massive dub, bro, does not cut it. So the mid-chapter update's quickly approaching, apparently. And there's massive improvements. Notably, to the Blood Web. I thought that was going to be it. I thought, we were like, okay, Blood Web improvements, that's cool. We'll wait until, like, the anniversary chapter to get massive changes. No, they said nay. Throw that preconceived notion out the window. Blood Web improvements, though. The Blood... They were talking about the automatic purchase, which I was like, okay, cool. You hold down the button. I mean, that button right there. That button. You hold it down, and the game will basically just buy things for you. So you just like hold down the button, and go okay, and it'll just buy the web for you. You don't have to waste time. I guess it was apparently quicker than most things. I guess as a console player, I'm looking forward to it. And then they unveiled the Blood Web chain. You select any node and the game will automatically buy anything needed along the way. This allows you to purchase multiple nodes with a single button press and ensure that you can get exactly what you want. So basically what I'm reading there is... It's a poor example here. This is a poor Blood Web. It's a level 40 Blood Web on a Prestige 1 Dwight and there's no perks? Little sussy-bussy there, although it could be a brand new account. Whatevs. But say, I'm like, I want that. Well, from what I'm... not really telling me much, just be like, oh, it'll buy everything. If I click on this, it'll go schlorp, schlorp, schlorp. That's what I'm assuming. So you get these, like, Prestige 4, 5, Blood Web level 50 Blood Webs that are all the way out to this circle out here. I'm sure I'll have like a future me remember to like in-game visual because this is poorly described. But if I want to buy like the Blood Web up here, this up here, it'll get everything along the way. That's cool. I like that because there have been times where I'm like, I just want to get this item. This is all I want in this Blood Web. And I'll have to go like, oh, click there, and I'll have to do it myself. So if it's as quick as the automatic Blood Web thing, the automatic purchase, it should do it like within seconds, maybe 2 seconds. So that's pretty cool. Press to buy. You don't have to hold it anymore. They literally took everybody's suggestion of how to fix the Blood Web and went, yes, that's good. So instead of holding down the button, I have to hold down A on the Xbox. I have to hold down A to buy it. You see the little icon fill up to go, and then it's bought. Now it's just click. A lot of time savers, man. A lot of time savers. Really good. Next up, Visual Terror Radius. Yeah, this is just basically from the mobile game. And it's alright. That's good. Anything that lets more people enjoy the game, the better. Then you can build the community up. So that's good. That's good. This is the visual representation, so if they're close to you, you get the little heart icon on you. Heart will appear in the survivor's chest whenever the kill is terrorious, can be heard. Lullabies can also appear in a haze in the chest, as a haze in the chest. That's... I wish they had visual representation of that. The heart will become more vibrant and beat more intensely the closer the killer comes. If your character is ever off-screen, an indicator will appear if the terror radius is heard, signaling that you should look at your character to see the current state of the terror radius. When would your character be off-screen? I get in a locker, maybe? In a locker, or like if you're hiding in this corner, trying to like camera peek around a corner. Maybe. For those who need it, the heart will also be affected by color blindness, which is thumbs up, very good. There it is, off. And then these, I don't want to slaughter science names, so I'm not going to try. This option will not provide a competitive advantage compared to the usual audio terror radius. It will respect any terror radius perks, add-ons, or powers. So they did confirm if you're Ghostface or Tier 1 Michael or Crouching Pig or any stealth killer, Wraith in cloak mode, this will not affect you because you do not have a terror radius, so it will not just give you away like old Spine Chill used to. Auto Haven reworks. Cool. They're making it better for everyone. Yay. Like, that's all I got. Auto Haven is one of the most meh maps in the game, I think. It's just like every time I go here, I'm like, oh, cool, green sky, green ground, cool, yay. It's dark as shit. Excellent. So they're making it so you have a better time. I completely skimmed past this part. I did not read this part because I do not care about any of this. Apparently they're adding more lines of sight and stuff. Whatever. This is literally something you'll have to play the game to actually feel, right? Like, oh, this has changed. Oh, I can see through this car pile. That was the one big thing people were excited about. Like, oh, you can actually see through the car pile, so it's no more guessing where the survivor is or guessing where the killer is. So, cool. Yay. Excellent. Let's move on to more exciting stuff. Healing. They nerfed healing. They nerfed healing. Those sly dogs. Basically saying like, they basically say like, yeah, an emergency medkit alone can heal damage done after a long chase in roughly 10 seconds. That doesn't even begin to factor in all the perks, the add-ons that can speed up healing even further and grant more heals before the medkit is depleted. They basically say, yeah, it's a bit broken. Healing is a bit too strong. For killers, this means that any chase doesn't end with a hook, even if you manage to damage the survivor. The survivor can be completely undone in a matter of seconds. Keeping survivors injured and switching targets are often wise decisions. It is good if you're hit and run killer like Legion or Wraith. With this in mind, we made a few changes in store for healing to make this more practical. Healing will now take 24 seconds by default. It was previously 16 seconds. This will make it each hit more impactful, ensuring the survivor needs to spend longer to heal their wounds. That's fine. That's fine. We rebalanced medkits across the board. All medkits will now have 24 charges by default, allowing one heal before they are depleted. The different rarities of medkits are as follows. Everything is taken down by massive percentages. The basic brown medkit increases altruistic healing speed, healing others, by 20%, was 25. The uncommon one is now 25 altruistic healing speed instead of 35. The emergency medkit, the best one, is now 30% altruistic healing speed instead of 50, and you can no longer increase the speed at which you heal yourself, which is interesting. The ranger medkit, the purple one, altruistic healing speed by 35% was 50. Skill check success zone increased by 10 was 14. Create skill check zones by 10% was 15. Lastly, we've done an add-on pass, bringing those which were overperforming in line with the rest. Add-ons which add more charges to your medkit have also been reviewed with the new healing time in mind, though it is now impossible for a medkit to fully heal a survivor more than twice in a match. My go-to is a yellow basic bitch medkit and a brown wrapping. I think that's what it is. Because the yellow one gave you 32 charges? 36 charges? I think. And the wrappings gave you an extra 8, so you actually had two full heals. Right? Right? Maybe. I don't know. So I'm curious what the add-ons will be, because there are some great ones for medkit, and then there's the other ones which are just actually bottom tier. So I'm curious what the add-ons will look like. They are now saying that it is now impossible for a medkit to fully heal a survivor more than twice in a match. Built to last begs to differ. So we'll see from there. Now the real juicy bits. Perk updates. We've 7 in total, I believe. Gearhead. Nobody uses this. It's kind of dog shit tier. It currently reveals the aura of the next survivor to hit a great skill check every survivor loses a health state. These conditions require quite a bit of work and luck on the killer's part to get value out of it. Gearhead will now have a slight rework. When a survivor loses a health state, Gearhead activates for 30 seconds. I don't know if it necessarily needs the timer, but whatever. While active, any survivor who hits a good skill check will have their aura revealed to the killer for 6, 7, or 8 seconds. This allows Gearhead to potentially provide information multiple times for each hook. Killers who officially catch survivors will be able to keep Gearhead activated for a good portion of the match. Okay, that portion at the end, maybe the timer is needed. So all around, a good change for Gearhead. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be using it over like other perks, but we'll get to that. Overzealous. Overzealous grants a repair bonus when cleansing a totem and a larger bonus when cleansing a hex totem. Little did we know the skirmishes this would cause between the boon lovers out there. I don't think there's going to be many, but we'll get to that. Moving forward, Overzealous will now activate when blessing a totem in addition to cleansing. We've also slightly increased the bonus to 8, 9, 10%. I really hope there is a maybe April dev update where they're like, we're nerfing toolboxes and making gen speeds actually consistent. That'd be great. Because it is shit like Overzealous, where like, oh, you cleanse a totem, bless a totem now, especially a hex totem. If you bless a hex, you now get 10% gen repair speed, that plus prove thyself a toolbox. Gens will fly. So hopefully this is a very good step in the right direction. They're nerfing things that need to be nerfed, buffing things that need to be buffed, kind of. So hopefully in the near future, maybe the anniversary update, they're like, you know what? Toolboxes, we're nerfing them. Gen speeds are now in line and consistent across the board. That would take a lot more perk rebalancing, because there's a lot of perks that affect not only gen repair speeds, but also gen regression. You would need to do it all at the same time. I've been saying that for, I feel like, years now. Pain Resonance. This one makes my head scratch. It's gradually found its way back into the meta. What do you mean found its way back into the meta? It is the meta. To address this, we've given it a tiny rework. The perk starts with 4 tokens. Oh my god. 4 tokens. The first time each survivor is hooked on a scourge hook, the generator with the most progress will explode and lose progress. We've also reduced the difference between the different tiers of the perk, now 11, 13, and 15%. You could have just nerfed the power of it and not done your normal stupid we don't know how to nerf it, so give it a token system. That makes this perk useless, because you have to hook them on a scourge hook. This isn't barbecue and chili, pop goes the weasel, which might actually fall back into the meta now, I think, but we'll see on that one. But you have to find a scourge hook, which can be impossible on some maps. Scroll up, Gas Haven, Blood Lodge, any of the larger maps, Red Forest, like that. It's a bit hard. So there is also already, you have to hit the survivor, down survivor, pick survivor up, put them on a scourge hook to get the perk to activate. Now you're adding, oh, but you can only do it 4 times in a match. I'm assuming that's what this means. Right? It starts with 4 tokens. They don't say how the tokens affect the perk, but it does say the first time each survivor is hooked on Scourge Hook, the generator will lose progress and explode. I think you should have just nerfed the power drastically and not done this stupid token bullshit. Stop with the tokens. Stop it. If you're gonna nerf something, nerf it. Don't just be like, token. That's it. Because I think this perk might actually be dead now. It was one of the best anti-gen perks. But now it can only be used 4 times a match, and you still gotta find a Scourge Hook. If they remove the Scourge Hook part of it, and you can just like, okay, the first time a survivor is hooked, the gen with the most progress explodes. You're like, alright, you can put tokens on it, blah, blah, blah. I don't know about this one. Dead Hard? Also, we'll get to, like, you killing, like, metas here in a moment. Dead Hard. I don't know. Dead Hard requires some precision to use. The further reducing the invul window would make it far too unreliable and frustrating. Yeah. Therefore, it receives a slight rework. Dead Hard will activate after safely unhooking a survivor. When activated, press the active ability button while injured and running to gain endurance for 0.5 seconds, then become exhausted. That didn't change. You did give it a prerequisite of safely unhooking. Dead Hard will deactivate when it successfully protects the user from damage. So now if you fuck up your Dead Hard, you won't lose it. But if you're fucking up your Dead Hard, you're dead anyway. I don't understand this little thing. This will put a damper on how Dead Hard can be used, keeping it as powerful reward for survivors who have earned it. I think that's the more important part. The more important part is you have to actually safely unhook somebody. You have to be altruistic and not just, I'm gonna sit on a gen in a corner and oh god, he's chasing me, I got hit, oh god, Dead Hard, I'm free now. It's this part at the end. Will deactivate when successfully protects the user. I guess that, maybe I'm just reading into it and being a dummy. Maybe this is just the same shit that the perk says. But this little, like, it activates when you unhook, safely unhook. You activate it, you gain endurance for 0.5 seconds and become exhausted. It will deactivate if you successfully protect the user from damage. Maybe it's the same thing. Maybe it just works the same. It just, you now have to actually get it to work. Okay. Sure. Cool. Now that if you run Dead Hard, you have to actually activate it. Whatever. Call O'Brien and Overcharge. We'll tackle it together. Call O'Brien quickly rose in popularity following the meta shakeup last year. Yeah, because you fucked up. Granting a large increase to the regression rate of generators, it's not uncommon for a generator to fully regress once the survivor is chased away. To tone it down, reduce the additional regression speed to 115, 120, 125. It was 150, 175, 200. Okay. Sure. It's still gonna be strong. My nerf that I've been saying for like the past 7 months, 8 months was put a cooldown on it. There's that, oh god, it's a video on the channel. I forgot which one. But it's basically, I touched this generator, oh god, the Sadako chases me away. It's on Haddonfield, when the shitty 3-gen glitch happened. Yeah, that was fun. Where the gen is in the middle of the street and then at the Strode house. Good map generation. But like, oh, I sit on this gen, she chased me away, she kicks it, Call O'Brien activates, I go back to touch it, Overcharge and Call O'Brien go. Overcharge activates, I hit the skill check, Call O'Brien is gone. She just comes back, chases me away, kicks again, Call O'Brien is activated again. Cooldowns. No token, no tokens, cooldown. Token, no. Cooldown, yes. Overcharge. Similar to Call O'Brien, Overcharge saw a similar rise in power for the past year. The perk also increases regression rate pretty substantially. Bringing in line with other perks, we've reduced the maximum regression to 130. It was 200. This would make it take longer for regression to become beneficial. So at the same time, we've increased the starting regression speed to 85, was 75. Help offset this. Additionally, the penalty for missing a special skill check has been reduced to 2, 3, 4%, and was 3, 4, 5%. Again, these are good nerfs. These are good nerfs. But again, you're not touching gen speed perks for survivors or toolboxes. My thing the entire time was you can nerf Call O'Brien, Overcharge, Scourge Hook, but you also have to nerf things that increase gen speed. Because that's why killers run Call O'Brien, Overcharge, Scourge Hook. Because gens are too fast. And variable. They vary in how fast they get done. So you kind of need to look at that next, please. Circle of Healing. This is the one that got me to make this video. Jack of all trades, healing perks not only does allow you and your fellow healers to survivors to heal without a med kit, also increases speed which you heal across the board. Going forward, Circle of Healing will no longer allow survivors to heal without a med kit. Yay! I can hear that stupid boon aura noise and be like, I don't have to look for it. Fuck it. Instead, it will provide a 40, 45, 50% healing speed bonus to healing survivors. This bonus will not apply to healing done with a med kit. Additionally, the aura of injured survivors within the boon's range will be revealed to all other survivors. Perfection. You didn't need to add a token system. You just rebalanced it perfectly. Chef's kiss. You gotta find a boon, put up circle healing, and be like, I can't just run here as a safety zone anymore. Excellent. We're getting towards that utopia. We're getting towards there. It's so close. I can taste it. Killer updates. They realize they fucked up Billy's chainsaw and they're adjusting the overheat mechanic to be much more forgiving. You should just take it off because he doesn't need it. The amount of heat generated, both starting to rev and continuing to rev your chainsaw, has been dramatically reduced, making the overheat mechanic almost a non-factor, so remove it! Boy, or put a token system on it, who cares? The amount of heat generated while chainsaw sprinting on the hand has been increased slightly, though the changes above will help counteract this. Longer sprints will cause your chainsaw to overheat quicker, so be careful not to let it overheat in an empty corner of the map. Basically, tone down the mobility of Billy. That's what it is. Last but not least, we've toned down the Doom Engravings and Death Engravings add-ons. These add-ons will provide less movement speed than before and increase heat further. Pig! John's medical file increase the movement speed of Crouch. This add-on has been performing well, so we've decided to insert joke here. Increase the add-on's movement speed bonus to 10% was 6. I think you should just make that base kit. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with the Pig to make her good. You're just not. Oni, 2 of Oni's add-ons, Blackened Toenail and Bloody Sash, allow him to move faster while absorbing blood orbs, losing less ground in the process. These add-ons weren't performing as well as we'd liked, so we're giving them some slight improvements. They now increase movement speed while absorbing by 0.4 meters per second to 0.7 meters. That was 0.3 and 0.6, so slightly faster movement while absorbing blood webs. Or blood blorbs. Absorbing the blorbs. Nightmare, Sheep Block, and Unicorn Block add-ons blindness on survivors who trigger dream snares or pallets. These add-ons weren't doing well because blindness sucks and is useless. So we've increased the duration of the blindness status effect for each of these add-ons by 30 seconds. Bruh, blindness is good. It's good. Third Seal is a son of a bitch if you go up against somebody who knows how to use it. And by somebody who knows how to use it, I mean you're on a hook, and your other teammates have been hit once, and they are afflicted with blindness, and they can't find the hook that you're on. But like timed blindness is not good. Executioner Scarlet Egg add-on increases the duration of Killer Instinct inflicted by Right's Judgment by 1.5. Doesn't provide much value. We're increasing this bonus to 3 seconds, so doubling this. Okay. Redhead's Pinky Finger can be incredibly powerful if you can hit your shots. Previously toned down this add-on by reducing the maximum number of bottles Clank can hold, but it seems like the downside is not enough to bring it in line with other ultra rares. So now max bottles held, this add-on will reduce the maximum held bottles by 3 instead of 2, so you can only hold 1 bottle, so it's in line with Eerie Head. Okay. Bright light interactions. That's weird. Did you say bright light? You can't burn Wraith anymore out of his cloak. Weird. You can't burn Nurse out of her blink. Crazy. Survivors can shine a flashlight on the crows to scare them away. This also didn't come into play very often since crows can easily be shooed away without the flashlight charges. What? I skipped over. I didn't read this because I. Who cares? Removing flashlight interactions from Killer's powers, and some of the actions aren't very well known. Okay, so you cannot just shoo away the crows. Okay. Hag, I didn't see this one. The most impactful flashlights have long been the sole counter to the Hag's phantasm traps. Not only could they reveal the aura of nearby traps, but shining a flashlight at the trap could destroy it. Removing the flashlight effect from the Hag's power is a little trickier since it would leave survivors with no option but to set off a trap and risk the Hag teleporting. To ensure this doesn't make the Hag too oppressive, we're adding the ability to wipe away phantasm traps. Okay. In order to do so, survivors will need to spot the trap, crouch over to avoid setting it off, and then perform several seconds long action to clear it. While this will allow all survivors to clear traps, it will now be much more difficult and time consuming to do so. Additionally, this prevents survival with a flashlight destroying the hag traps mid-chase. Neat. Good shit. Last year, a deeper level of the rift was revealed, allowing players who have reached level 70 to go above and beyond and continue progressing to earn alternate versions of outfits. Starting with the Tools of Torment mid-chapter, this deep rift will feature unique visuals to better differentiate the bonus deep rift tiers from the regular ones. Okay, I don't know what that exactly means. I don't know if that's actually like unique visuals to outfits you've unlocked, or if it's just now you can like, oh, it actually tells you that you're in the deep rift now when you enter that page of the rift pass. Okay, as for tomes, you may notice a new trend emerging where most recent chapters lore is expanding the fallen tome. It's no coincidence. This is something we'll be doing for all new original chapters moving forward. Neat. Cool. So you're gonna release an original character and then the next tome that's there. So the next rift, the next tome is Skull Merchant, which means outfits for the Skull Merchant, which means I'm probably not buying it. Okay, licensed chapters, meanwhile, may be the exception to this. While we love to expand upon their stories, we have done so in the past, like Ghostface Bill. Licensed characters from other franchises of their own with their own stories to tell. Therefore, tomes following licensed chapters may feature existing original characters instead. Okay. PTB is open next week. Cool. Alright. This is a... God damn, this is another massive W. This is incredible, that what they're doing currently. Incredible. Incredible stuff. The Blood Web improvements, just making the game better to get ready for, to the visual terror radius update, to the map reworks, to the healing nerfs, to the perk reworks, killer updates, like, good shit. A lot of good shit. Again, I'm hoping the anniversary chapter drops, they go, hey, we're making massive changes with this anniversary chapter. We're gonna nerf toolboxes, we're gonna nerf perks that increase or decrease the time it takes to fix a gen. We're also gonna nerf gen regression perks, so they're all in line, and generators have a clear that 80 seconds is the time it takes to finish a gen no matter what. No matter what perk, no matter what item you bring, 80 seconds is the time to add some continuity and stability to that stuff, because that's the biggest thing now that healing is going to be nerfed. But overall, a good job with this one. I'm excited for this. I'm excited. Not excited that the next tome is Scully, because then she's gonna get cosmetics, and it's like, oh, really? Meh. Well, like I said at the beginning, expect an update video where we go from here in the channel as a whole, but for now, I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the dev update, poke the like button, more subscribe button, bing bong that bell, and until next time, I will see you in the fog. Good luck.